Me like this, and let me tell you all about it. This is the one and only Eddie Leeway, and a big shout out to Gilstock TV on YouTube.
All right, how did the name Leeway come to be?
Well, we were really short with time. Our very first show was June of 1984. So for that show, we called ourselves The Unruled. It wasn't that ingenious, but over a few months we had to decide, and the two names that balanced out was either Juggernaut, long before Crown of Thorns Juggernaut, or Leeway. And I figured Leeway was a better expression and a better way to name the band, because everybody was trying to be Anthrax or Megadeth. So I thought of choosing a proper word out of the Webster's Dictionary that meant the margin of freedom, to give people the freedom to be who themselves, you know what I mean? And be who they want to be, because that's what this whole community of music is about: individuality and community.
So what kind of music did you grow up on?
Well, I grew up on R&B. I grew up on hard rock from my dad. My mom was the R&B artist. Hell, I even listened to show tunes when I was a child. And then when I went to school, I listened to other bands like Led Zeppelin and Van Halen. By the time John Lennon was shot and killed, the same night I moved back to Astoria, Queens, within that year I found hardcore, and then it was all downhill from there.
What hardcore bands did you listen to at that time?
Bad Brains.
Hell yeah, dude.
Straight
Fucking
up,
Bad Brains to the core, right?
And all the Queens bands, the Mob, Kraut. You know, I fucked around with the Gilligan's Revenge guys who became Token Entry. You know, you had Heart Attack further out in Queens. And all those bands would play in the city, downtown. And if I didn't go to one of the bigger shows, I would break night as a 16, 17-year-old and go to A7's. And A7's was a place where so much of the New York scene happened, and I got to see the very first shows of Murphy's Law, the first show Roger did with AF. There's too many memories to really go down on that. But it's almost a 40-year journey, man. And I trip out on it every day because it's still alive. And I'm very humbled and grateful by that. I really am.
Still alive and going strong, isn't it?
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make positive memories at this point in my life. I made a lot of mistakes, you know what I mean? This is probably one of the only things I got right in life. So I want to make the best of it while I can, you know what I mean? And new music comes out in the summer, so you keep an eye out for Leeway NYC. We're going to cut a single, and then it's just going to happen from there, you know what I mean? Right now, I'm just trying to go out, play as many shows as possible, you know, touch base with cities and areas in this country that I've not played in ages. And that's a beautiful thing.
You said you barely came to Texas for your first time last year, right?
Yes, just in January, and then here I am back in 4 months trying to hit more cities that I've not played before. You know, it's kind of like bucket list. I missed out on a lot of opportunities for over 20 years. So I'm blessed with the opportunity to make the best of it now. So that's what I'm doing.
So tell me, what was your craziest show like?
Probably in the Eye Against Eye album cover, the Bad Brains Rock Hotel show, with all the skinheads in front as bodyguards. That place was off the chain that night.
What was the craziest shit that happened that night?
It's hard to say. It's just the energy in the room and the way everything was happening and all the dancing. Do you know what I mean? So it was just, I was still very young, and it was still very, very captivating, I guess.
How old were you?
Shit, I couldn't have been more than 20.
Wow, you were young, man.
Yeah.
And what about your most influential show that you've ever attended?
Probably the Bad Brains again.
Bad Brains
that
again?
same show. All right, let's do this.
What's up, Eddie?
What's happening, fellas?
Breaking it down.
Hey, everybody get up in here. Come on, people.
Breaking it down.
Everybody, come on.
Okay, what message would you like to send out to the Leeway fans and the people that have been following you guys for fucking ages?
It's pretty simple. this thing of ours was built by misfits and outcasts. So just because you get a little bit of popularity within the community that you're a part of and your scene doesn't make you better than anybody. Please don't forget that. If it wasn't for the fans that support this music, the bands would be nothing. All right, remember that. So individuality is what you should be striving for. Don't be who you look up to. Be yourself and make yourself a somebody. Because we all have it in ourselves. We just need to find that opportunity. And I believe in that.